Evans or Mr. Ricci? I have a question of Matt Evans. I'm confused a little about, let me just see. When you had your plans up. Okay. When you had your plans up now, I saw, ground floor apartment. I was wondering, in the back, I guess it's apartment 104?
Yeah.
How does that person get into that apartment?
There's the ADA ramp or the compliant, most units have access, so, there's a path.
Right?
Brings you back to the apartment, and then there's a door, that enters into into the apartment.
So is it on the right-hand side, that ramp?
Yeah, let me show you, right here, so, can you see what I posted?
Yes.
Alright, so you come off of Auburn, you come up,
Right.
and the finished floor goes up, we changes, we have about a 2-foot difference in grade, but when you come up the ramp, you have the door for the refuse, then you have the door for the, one apartment, and then the bigger apartment has a door. Outdoor landscape space.
Alright, got it. Okay, because I wasn't sure, I couldn't see how they got in there. Okay. Alright, I understand now. Alright, so that being said, that's my only question for now. Do any other commissioners?
Mr. Commissioner Liranzo, I have a question for Matthew. There's no parking in there.
No, there's no parking on this particular lot because it's less than 50 square feet wide, so it's not required to have parking. Am I correct?
Yeah, the parking would be difficult, I believe the reason is, the slimmer the lot, you have, less, you have a lot that really can't support, vehicles.
Mr. Lorenzo, does that answer your question? If it's less than 50 feet wide or 50 feet wide or less, it doesn't require parking.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, do we have the caller on the line?
Not yet. He is trying to connect.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Michael Simons, yes. Hi, how are you?
Simons. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Chairwoman, you may proceed.
Yes. Your question, Mr. Simon? First of all, please state your name and address for the record.
Sure. Michael Simons, S-Y-M-O-N-D-S, 327 East 42nd Street in Paterson. Access.
As I recall, I don't think this standing in for Equity. Nicolette, is that you? I'm sorry, is that you, Nicolette?
That is me.
Okay, so, I don't know, am I wrong in saying, this gentleman is calling and I don't believe he lives near the property, but I'm not 100% certain?
Yeah, I don't think I live near the property in question on item number 1 on the agenda, but I'm sorry, I just couldn't help but see that, look, I saw photographs of the current structure, which is a 3-story structure, and I see what's going to be built, and you're replacing what seems to be a fairly characterful building with a soulless box designed to just basically solely for the purpose of extracting revenue from people. I had some of the description of these efficiency apartments of 300 square feet. And I looked at the rendering, which has all the architectural appeal of, as to borrow a phrase from somebody, it looks like a monstrous carbuncle on the face of a much loved friend.
Well, we
why are we doing this? Why are we
Mr. Simons,
throwing up these huge structures?
Mr. Simons, we do appreciate your comments, but to be honest with you, that's where this conversation has to end.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, so are we. I mean, if you were in the area, that's one thing. There's a reason
I see.
why, we have various codes that we have to follow. So I mean, apparently this particular house that's there now is from the 1800s. It's really not up to code, no matter how many times it's been refurbished. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to end this conversation with you this evening. Sorry.
Well, that's a shame. It just seems it would be nice to have something that was more in keeping with the overall character of the buildings next to it, that's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any other callers?
We have no more callers at this time, Madam Chair.
Okay. Any other questions from any of the commissioners? No questions? Okay. I just have a question. Could we swear in Andy Reid?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Say your full name for the record, please.
Andy Reid, Director of Development for Jason Investors, Jason Properties, Roman number 12, LLC.
Okay. Mr. Reid, I have a question because I know that you're the property manager on all these projects. So, and you're still on this one, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I was just wondering, I don't have any problem with the building because I don't, like some of the buildings here, they look very nice, but I also understand there are codes, and I also understand that this property, was not up to code, and we have to do things, to correct that, and so sometimes it's easier just to take the building down and bring it up. But I would like to have seen, I think, more area for the tenants that will be renting there, because it is kind of tight, and I was wondering if they couldn't have taken off that last, on that, the last 3 apartments. And when I looked at Matt Evans, when I just asked how that one gentleman and one before,
The lawyer.
how, somebody's mic is on, okay, that, 304, those apartments, you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Reid?
Yes, I understand what you're saying, and I'm pretty sure the architect can answer.
Well, your amenity space doesn't look like it's much, and that's what I was asking. If you cut off those 3 apartments and put more amenities, like open space in the back, would that be possible? And I don't think they'll do it if that.
Well, I don't think by taking off the top floor would add amenity space to the back. I really don't believe, but the architect can answer that better. I would like to state this right here though. In current conditions, this is an 8-unit building that's chopped up multiple ways, as a legal use right now, but it's like totally outdated.
Right.
And
This is probably what I would have liked, okay, is the 8 units. If they were to, Matt, I'm asking, okay, you know which apartments I'm talking about, the last 3, first, second, and third floor.
The back apartments?
The back apartments, if they were eliminated, would there be more back area space? That's my question.
to meet the ADA compliance. We need that to meet the ADA compliance. Maybe we could add like a mini space to the rear unit on the second floor, reduce from 11 to 10 units, and give them some mini space there. What we did though also, we made larger size units in which tenants really appreciate a larger size unit. And if I may add, Madam Chairman, if you don't mind, if you looked at the display that Mr. VC had put up, Fair Street runs perpendicular to Auburn Street. And this board has, and to their credit, and the city of Paterson should thank you, the fourth ward, and to this area, we should thank this board for their wisdom to approve this, because Fair Street was a street that was very crime-ridden street, a lot of drug activity, a lot of vagrants there, a lot of dirt hanging out there. And everybody was saying, me personally, I own 4 properties on that street, on Fair Street, which like I said runs perpendicular to the street. The board approved a 12-unit for me to build on one of the sites, which is totally fully occupied. For our company that I represent, they approved 24 units, and then directly across the street, diagonally from this site, you guys approved another development for another developer. And since that time that we've been developing that area over the past 3.5 years, like the hanging out, drug use, the violence, basically went almost down to nil. So it's a credit to this board, to the past and plan department for having the wisdom to come up with this type of plan.
I'm happy to hear that.
Because you guys ended blight and crime in that area, and the residents that own properties around here, they thank us. They said they did not believe that what was going on was going to eventually get eliminated. But through our development, based on you guys' approval, we have really changed that area.
Well, let me ask Matt Evans, it fit perfectly the way you have it in there, but I was just looking and hoping to maybe get a little more amenity space for the tenants there. Is there any way that one of the apartments could be eliminated and a deck or something could be put out? Mr. Evans?
Well, what we could do, we could increase the indoor amenity space in the front room and make that that unit 102 into another efficiency. So if we reduce that space, and we'll still have a very large efficiency, which would be probably 20-30% bigger than what is required. Like 200 square feet, so we'd have 300 square feet for the amenity room up front. So so we created an efficiency out of room unit 102, and then add 200 square feet to increase our amenity space. So that would be interior amenity, which is good for
Right.
the tenants. It's year-round use that that people could occupy, and some of these maybe Mr. Reed could elaborate a little bit about some of the amenity spaces, what they've been doing with them, and the community.
We could do this?
If it's acceptable to the board, it's definitely acceptable to us.
Well, I didn't ask the board yet, I'm gonna ask them next. Okay, that was only my suggestion, so I'm gonna ask.
Yes, we agree to that. That's agreeable.
Okay, is the board okay with what I proposed a little bit here, or would everybody like to see it just stay the way it is?
Yeah, no, this is Commissioner Figueroa. I had the same, if you want to call it, concern. I also saw the recent article that, to me, paramount is the security measures.
Yeah.
There was a recent article, I read it, I try to stay on top as a community and a lifelong Paterson resident. So, you know, that's good, that's gonna be updated, and the security, because something has to give. It's, you know?
It's probably easier for me to ask, I appreciate your comments. Does anyone object to the suggestion I made? All right, I don't hear any objection, so I would like to go ahead with a condition, should this go on for approval, to extend the community room. And I'd like to hear Andy real quick and briefly, what have you been doing with those community rooms?
The tenant occupies the site. Some of them we have put into them gyms. We put into them like yoga rooms. The tenants use them sometimes for like little gatherings and stuff like that. So it's been working out pretty well with them. The mini rooms, they have cameras in it, so they're secured. As well as I put on the record, as usual, our buildings will be well lit. No spills going on to neighboring properties. And also we have the security cameras there, as well as our 24-hour security staff monitoring the properties. These cameras are monitored also by the Paterson Police Department. And we also do our daily maintenance. Even now, we maintain our areas, you know, on the exteriors and around the properties. And that's like every day.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your comments. Hearing no other questions, any other questions from the commissioners? Okay. Hearing no other questions from the commissioners, then I'm going to ask if anyone would like to make a motion on this application. Commissioners, somebody? Okay. No one seems to want to do that.
Commissioner Figueroa, I'll.
Yes, please, go ahead. Please go ahead.
On the application of JCM Properties located at 175 Broadway, Paterson, New Jersey, 07043.
Number 10.
Yeah,
Number 10. It's JCM number 10.
number 10, I'm sorry, I skipped that part, my bad.
Okay, okay.
I'm straining here trying to read it off my phone, so I apologize for that. Property address located 83-85 Auburn Street, block 3611, lot 17. I move that the board attorney prepare resolution granting site plan approval, bulk variances, city engineer, HEP Soil Conservation District. And I don't think we had any conditions, right?
Yes, there's a condition to extend the community room.
I apologize, that was a big part, wasn't that? Yeah.
Yes.
And
Would you
the,
mind
with the
extending
following
the-
condition, to extend the area for the.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, by Commissioner Lorenzo, okay, and roll call, please.
Commissioners, Commissioner Cleaves,
No,
Commissioner Liranzo,
Yes.
Commissioner Santana,
Yes.
Commissioner Roman,
Yes.
Commissioner Zoraya.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Figueroa,
Yes.
Councilman Kalik.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I just want to say a couple of words. If you Google this address, everything will come up. This area, specifically this 4-5 house, been notorious for Paterson drug dens. There has been shooting out there too. That area, putting a nice new building there, new tenants gonna come in. I think this is awesome. I think this should be unanimous. Without a doubt, it should be approved by this venue. Definitely my vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman.
Yes. And congratulations.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, Commissioners. Thank you for your time and consideration. Have a good evening.
Okay, thank you, you do the same. All right, we good? We good, Madam Secretary?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so the next, application. Now this would be, this is Tetrad, Tetrad Investments, LLC, 175 Broadway, Paterson, New Jersey. Property is located 65-67 Auburn Street, block 3611, lot 24. Who is representing?
No, I'm not. I'm logging off. Thank you.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I could pinch it if you needed
Improvement is here early.
Oh, okay, I see.
Tenrod Investments LLC as to this application. Tenrod is both the owner and applicant as to
Okay.
this matter.
Okay, thank you. All right, so the applicant proposes to construct a new 4-story residential building with a total of 15 units on a vacant lot. First floor proposes a lounge area, apartment lobby, vestibule, sprinkler, utility room, package area, elevator, 2 stairwells, refuge recycling area, and 9 total parking spaces. The second, third, and fourth floors proposes 4 one-bedroom units and 1 studio unit on each floor. The roof floor plan proposes a rooftop terrace, amenity area, and the area for mechanical units. The parcel has a lot area of 5,387 square feet. This proposal is within the RA2 of the 4th Ward redevelopment plan, and variances are requested for the following rear yard setback, as 20 feet is required and 10 feet is proposed. The building story as of 3.5 stories is required and 4 stories is required and 69% is proposed. And parking as 15 parking spaces are required and 9 parking spaces are proposed. It requires site plan approval and bulk variances. I would assume that Ms. Farzmood, will be, reading the review this evening? Is that correct? You're muted. Ms. Farzmood?
Yes, I will
Okay.
read that review.
You will read it.
Sorry.
So at this time, I would like to, have your review, please.
Sure. Property taxes and surcharges are current. Persons having a 10% or greater ownership interest in Tetra Investment LLC are Matthew Florio, Charles Florio, and Daniel Gonzalez, all providing an address of 175 Broadway in Paterson, New Jersey. As indicated on the survey, papers of Thomas Stearns and dated August 25, 2021, Lot 24 has frontage of 55.48 feet on Auburn Street, a rear lot line of 55.48 feet, and northern and southern lot lines that measure 98 feet and 96 feet respectively. Lot 24 is a vacant lot and located on the western side of Auburn Street. The parcel has area of 5,387 square feet or 0.12 acres. An existing concrete driveway is located along the northern property line. There is an existing two-story residential dwelling located to the north of this proposal, and the surface parking lot of the church, St. Peter's Sound of Praise, is to the south of this property. Evans Architects has prepared a 4-page architectural plan revised in January 12, 2022. Drawing F-1 is the site plan. Details are shown for the concrete sidewalk, the barrier-free parking, and the recharge pit. Additionally, the plan indicates notes for Senate Bill number 3223 about the make-ready electric vehicle spaces, the 200-foot radius map, the zoning ordinance data, and the existing and proposed site plan. Drawing F-2 indicates site details including the typical detail at the different driveway, the water connection, the concrete vertical curb, and roadway pavement widening, the sanitary sewer connection, the accessible parking stall, the soil erosion and sediment control nodes, the lighting detail, and the proposed site plan. The proposed site plan indicates that the building is to cover 69% of the lot and has an approximate dimension of 45.2 feet in width and 83 feet in length. The building is proposed to be 3 feet from the Auburn Street front property line, 5.1 feet from the left and right property line, and 10 feet from the rear property line. The site plan also indicates strawberries and landscaping to be placed along the property's frontage as well as an calming cherry tree along the sidewalk. A 12-foot curb cut provides the entrance to the parking garage of the building. In addition, the site plan indicates a proposed 530 square feet of open space at the rear yard and an express door and stairs at the rear of the building. A note on the plan indicates that the entire site and site perimeter is to be equipped with video security throughout public areas and site lighting along the travel public way and parking area. Surveillance cameras are to connect to the City of Paterson Police Department system. The placement of the security camera and the site lighting are indicated on the proposed site plan. Drawing A-1 are the architectural floor plans. The first floor plan indicates a total of 7 parking spaces, of which 1 space is devoted to the accessible parking, 1 is for a compact car, and the rest are for the regular vehicles. In addition, a total of 2 electric vehicle charging stations are indicated on the accessible parking space and also on the regular parking space next to it. All parking spaces and the drive aisles are dimensioned. 2 wall-mounted yield signs for the incoming and outgoing vehicles are provided next to the garage entrance on the interior and exterior of the building. The bike storage area, the refuse and recycle area, and the rear exit staircase are all located at the back area of the building. The first floor plan also indicates that the entrance to the building is through the apartment's lobby vestibule lounge area, and the elevator and staircase provide access to the box floors. The sprinkler utility room and the package area are located next to the lounge area. The second floor, each floor includes a refuse and recycle room and 4 one-bedroom units that contain 654 square feet, 609 square feet, and 604 square feet, and one studio that contains 425 square feet. Each of the 4 one-bedroom units includes a full bathroom, a laundry room, a mechanical unit, a kitchen, and a dining and living area. The studio unit on each floor contains a full bath, a kitchen, and a leave-in sleep area. Drawing A-2 are the building elevations. The front elevation view from Auburn Street indicates a 42-foot high building. The front elevation indicates a brick veneer and the aluminum canopy for the first floor, and the stucco veneer to fourth floor. The front elevation also indicates a brick veneer for the building's front corner protrusion on all levels. The rear elevation view of the building indicates a long porch siding facade with casement windows on 3 levels. The rear egress door and stairs are shown on the rear elevation. The right side elevation indicates a long porch siding and casement windows, and the left side elevation indicates both stucco finish and the long porch siding facade with casement windows on all levels. This is a flat roof building. The intent of the RA-2 residential district of the 440 development plan is to permit a more intensive residential use of land with various types of dwellings. The surrounding existing dwellings consist of older and newer multifamily dwellings of 2 and 3 stories in height. There are also older multifamily apartments still in average condition. Within the RA2 district of the 4 ward redevelopment plan, there are other examples of both new and recently approved multiple unit residential buildings that have replaced older structures that have either been vacant or abandoned on vacant lots. Some that have been granted approvals are recent examples of neighborhood redevelopment. Variances are requested for the following. Rear yard setback at 20 feet is required and 10 feet is proposed. Building stories at 3.5 stories is required and 4 stories is proposed. Maximum building coverage at 60% is required and 69% is proposed. And parking at 16 parking spaces are required and non-parking spaces are proposed. As this is a redevelopment area, the planning board must determine whether the granting of the requested variances to allow the number of dwelling units proposed by the applicant is appropriate for the lot and the immediate surrounding area. Auburn Street is a two-way directional street. Some dwellings have off-street parking, but most do not. On-street parking is provided along Auburn Street. In addition, the church surface parking lot adjacent to the subject property may be able to leave some parking spaces to address the remaining parking needs of this proposal. It shall be the responsibility of the applicant and or the preparer of the plan to obtain a letter from the city engineer indicating that the plans have been satisfactorily reviewed prior to the plans being released to the construction of the shore. For the surrounding land uses, we need to mention that this proposal is in the regular park section of the city within the 440 development plan. The area is zoned residential, with neighborhood commercial areas located at some corner intersections. The applicant estimates the cost of this proposal at approximately $2,250,000. The applicant should incorporate the design elements contained within the 440 development plan on the site and within the building. The planning board has approved different construction proposals along Auburn Street, including 84 through 86 Auburn Street, to rehabilitate a fire damaged dwelling into a 6-unit multifamily on April 2018. 36 Auburn Street and 27 Godwin Avenue to construct a new 3-story residential building with a total of 6 units in April 2021. And 41 Auburn Street to construct a new 3-story residential building with a total of 6 units in August 2021. This is the staff review for this proposal.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Ms. Farzboud. Mr. Rubin,
Yes,
you have how many witnesses
two
testifying?
witnesses in the event, Andy is required again, as a owner's representative, he is here, but we're having 2 witnesses, our architect and our professional planner.
Okay, great. So please call Mr. Evans.
Yes, Mr. Evans is here to be sworn.
You swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Say your full name for the record, please.
Matthew Evans, architect planner, 470 Chamberlain Ave, Paterson, New Jersey. I'll be testifying as a professional architect this evening.
I assume Mr. Evans' credentials are allowed by the board.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes, I was, trying to do two things at once, and obviously I can't multitask. So, yes, we accept him as an expert witness, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Mr. Evans, tell us what we have as the architectural features for this building.
Okay, I just posted the, plans, can you see them? Can you see the plans?
We can see them, Matt, but they're tiny.
Okay, alright, well, I'll try and make them as big as possible.
Okay,
So here we have the, tax map showing the location hatched on the property. Basically, it's the next lot adjacent to Hamilton Avenue. It's a few lots down from the previous application. The property's in between Hamilton Ave and Fair Street on Auburn Street. The property is vacant. There's a building adjacent to it on Hamilton, which has been rehabbed a few years back. And we show the existing conditions site plan here. Let me get to that.
This is a vacant lot at the present time, correct?
Right, there's a small concrete drive that still remains from a previous structure, and then we have the remainder of it is vacant. Going to the proposed, what we're doing, a 4-story structure. We wanted to try and keep as little variances as possible. So we have 5 feet on the sides. We have 3 feet in the front. Also, we've broken up the facade by setting the building back with landscaping in the front. And then we have 10 feet rear yard, which is expanded 2 feet, so it's 10 and 12 feet. The area in the back is 530 square feet. And we have, we go into showing security entrance for the garage, all new concrete curbs, sidewalks and apron. We'll go to, we have drainage design that would comply with the engineering requirements, all the engineering details for the city of Paterson. Showing the first floor plan. You zoom in, we have the front of the building. We have a garage. We only have, it's a small garage for the tenants. We have 7 parking spaces, which would be assigned parking, handicap parking. We also have electric vehicle stations for the handicap, and also one of the parking spaces. Those are in conjunction with the law that was passed last year for encouraging, promoting the electric vehicles. So we have that, which gives us credit towards our parking count. We have bike storage area in the rear. There's the second stair, which has egress for the garage and also egress from the upper floors. There's a small area for the recycling and refuse for the tenants. And then in the front, we have a large lobby and lounge area, along with a sprinkler utility room, package area, the elevator, and a stair, which brings us up to the 2nd through 4th floor. And going to the 2nd floor and 4th floor, and that's a typical layout where they'll all be the same. Basically, the plumbing and all the utilities would stack based on the consistency of the plan design on each floor. Looking at Unit 201, we have 654 square feet. We have living, dining, kitchen. We have laundry rooms in the units, also mechanicals, handicap. All the units will be handicap accessible. As mentioned in previous applications, these also would have full fire rated construction and full, sprinkler systems throughout the building and the garage and any area that needs, to meet that, fire protection.
Generally, all of the apartments approximately the same size, or are they duplicated on each floor?
Yeah, so if I go through the second floor, it'll be the consistent for second, third, and fourth. We have another, each floor has another recycling and refuse area for the tenants on each floor. And then we have, each unit. So 201 is a 1-bedroom, 202 is a 1-bedroom, 203 is a studio unit, oops, sorry, and 204, excuse me, this, I'm sorry, it's a typo here. Instead of 204 and 206, it would really be 204, 304, and 404. So that is a 1-bedroom unit, meets the minimum requirement, has a large bedroom, open living kitchen area, a laundry, mechanical room, and handicap bath. And then we have unit 205 is a 1-bedroom unit, and it's consistent with the others with large handicap bathroom, accessible eating and dining areas, and large sleeping area, bedroom. So that would carry over for all the floors. And then what we have is we show the roof plan, which adds additional amenity space for the building. So we have the rooftop terrace, which is 1,725 square feet, and we have a tenant area on the rooftop, and then we have, and then we show the screened area, which would be where the mechanical units are, and then we have a second means of egress for that rooftop terrace, which meets the amenity space requirements.
As we've done in other applications where we have rooftop amenities, has the developer taken precautions as to safety measures so folks don't get hurt because they are on the rooftop? So is there safety measures built into the plan to prevent anyone from falling or getting hurt, being that we are on a rooftop?
Yeah, so the perimeter walls on that rooftop would be 42 inches minimum in height from the deck of the amenity area, which meets the code for commercial or assembly area. So there would be no problem with safety. So it's basically a perimeter wall. It wouldn't be any kind of a railing or anything else. The wall would be the safeguard. The also showing the sign detail for incoming and outgoing vehicles for yielding as needed. As I mentioned, the garage is basically is tenant assigned parking, so all those spaces would be assigned by the tenants, and also showing those sign details where they enter the garage.
Going back to the rooftop amenity for one moment, will there be a system so that only tenants can utilize this area?
Yeah, so it would basically be secured so that tenants would either have an access card or key that would allow them only and their guests access to the rooftop.
And will there also be some form of access card key of some type of system for the parking area?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, it's tenant assigned, and they would have operational remote operation or key card to allow them access to the garage based on the assignment of their parking space.
Just before we finish out Mr. Evans' testimony, just tell us a little bit about the exterior treatment. What is the building gonna look like?
Okay, so what we did is, as I said, we stepped back these elevations. I mean, you're looking at an elevation in a two-dimensional setting, so it's very hard to see how the facade is broken up, but it's broken up with a couple things. It's broken up with windows and different horizontal bands, and then we have the building steps out in parts. We have the aluminum canopy, which also protrudes to give a shadow line across the main entry and also the garage, and also seeing a difference of materials, copings for the facade. So we have different cherry siding for the vertical siding for the above the doorway, and then we have the elevator and stair tower has its own material and language for that, and then also to the left, as you see, the windows for the kitchens and the living areas are have different treatments also. So we have a few with breaking up the facade by stepping it back from the street. I think it gives it more of an aesthetic appeal. And then, as I said, on the other ones, we have more of a simplistic facade, being that they're the rear and the sides don't require that street curb appeal as you would on the main facade. So the windows on those are also large casements, so there's going to allow a lot of light, and if they're, they'll be operable to allow a lot of fresh air in there too. And we will also have central air conditioning and heating for all the units, which would be separately metered for each tenant.
Mr. Evans, we have now presented to this board a number of applications in the Fourth Ward redevelopment area. Will this building fit into the depth and fabric in the Fourth Ward redevelopment area? Will this be a credit to the area when it is completed?
Yes, I think, as I mentioned, it'll all be accessible, fire rated, meet today's codes. We will provide parking. The size, scale, and density of the building is consistent with the neighborhood. It would not detract from the area, and I think that it would be an asset to the area.
Thank you. Those are the questions I would have, Madam Chair.
Okay, Mr. Rubin, can you call your next witness? Would it be Mr. Ricci?
Yes, Mr. Ricci, if you could be sworn, please.
Evening.
Good evening.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm testimony about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Say your full name for the record, please.
Thomas Ricci, Thomas Ricci.
Thank
I
you.
assume Mr. Ricci's qualifications are allowed by the board.
Yes, we'll accept him as an expert witness. Please proceed.
Thank you very much. As a professional planner of the state of New Jersey,
That is correct.
and I would appreciate your testifying as to the planning aspects of this application.
Yes, absolutely. And I would like to just share an exhibit on my screen that'll kind of help guide me through my testimony. Can we see it?
Yes, tell us what we're
Yes.
looking at.
Yes, we can see it.
So this is a 5-page exhibit showing the existing conditions via an aerial, and then some site conditions of the site from photos that I took during my site visit. This is dated February 1st, 2022.
So none of these have been filed yet with the board, and you can supply a hard copy after these proceedings are over for the secretary to file.
Correct. Happy to do so.
Thank you. Tell us what we're looking at.
So this is the project site right here. You can see it outlined in yellow. The existing use, as we discussed, is a vacant lot. Here's
east, you could see, where this piece right here covered with the snow. Some of the surrounding uses you can see are predominantly, they're all multifamily residential. This is facing southeast, kind of down Auburn Street, and then flipping around. These are the lots basically northeast to us, a couple more adjacent multifamily dwellings. So just to try to get an understanding of the location that we're located at. As Mr. Evans stated, it is a couple blocks down from the previous application, so same street, same neighborhood. We are located in the Fourth Ward redevelopment area, specifically the RA2 district. As previously discussed, proposing a brand new multifamily dwelling that's going to eliminate this vacancy on the block if it were to be approved. 15 units, 7 parking spaces, rooftop amenity space for the residences, bike storage, many of the features that go along with modern apartment living. We are seeking a couple variances in regards to the application. For the rear yard setback, the max number of stories of the building, the building coverage, and the parking. So with regards to the rear yard setback, obviously the building is going to face Auburn Street. The lot behind us, directly behind us, is not developed yet. It's a pretty large lot. I would imagine that it's not going to be a single-family dwelling. It's most likely going to be something, a multi-family dwelling, something similar to what we're proposing. And then the adjacent lot right here, this is already developed as a 4-story walk-up, another multifamily building. Our facade is not really facing the rear or side of their facade. It's really just the corners here. This facade faces this way, and this faces, kind of down. So it's not like, we're putting a building right up against these adjacent views. So I don't imagine the rear yard setback becoming an issue with most of these being multifamily apartment buildings. With regards to exceeding the maximum number of stories, I think it's important to note that we don't actually exceed the number of feet in this zone, which would be 45 feet. We're actually under that by 3 feet. This, we don't comply with the number of stories specifically because this is an apartment building with a flat roof. Normally you can get a certain number of stories in a peaked roof, which doesn't count against you in the number of stories. The applicant, would rather stay in compliance with the feet, but get that additional story of being able to provide housing units. So we're not over the maximum permitted height with regards to feet. It's just a result of having a flat roof, modern apartment building, which also allows us to have the rooftop amenity space, which is a big plus. With regards to coverage, once again, this is kind of typical for a multifamily dwelling in a zone that also allows single-family residences. Both requirements aren't really a one-size-fits-all. 10 feet is a pretty standard dimension for 69% coverage for this type of lot. Two-thirds, maybe a little bit north of that is a pretty standard dimension for multifamily apartment buildings, especially in a compact urban environment. And then with regards to parking, we are short on parking, but if we scroll to page 5 of my exhibit, I just kind of wanted to lay out what it's like to walk to the train station. This is kind of something that you would see if you Google mapped, if you lived here and you said how to get to the train station. But I think it's good to note that we are a less than 10-minute walk to the train station, which many people will be willing to do when they're commuting to their jobs. In addition to having access to the Paterson train station in less than a 10-minute walk, these larger building massings over here is, where the downtown core of Paterson starts. There's many, municipal buildings there. There's, say, community college there. And I would imagine the start of this downtown to be approximately a 5-minute walk. The point being is that many people don't necessarily need need to have a vehicle on site. There are many daily needs within walking distance, so people are able to shop, go to their pharmacy, go to their doctor's office, go to the municipal building without the need of having a car on site. And this is something that really promotes walkability and encourages the use of small businesses rather than maybe getting in your car and going to a big box store and kind of neglecting our local businesses. So I think overall this project that is proposed is going to improve the surrounding community. These are the types of projects, as you guys heard in the last hearing, that really improve distressed neighborhoods. They provide people with opportunities for safer housing conditions, and really just improve the look of the neighborhood. With regards to the zoning ordinance, the goal is to reduce abandoned and vacant properties, and I think that's what we're doing here, and also provide high-quality housing units for the residences, something that this multifamily apartment building certainly can do for residents and potential residents of Paterson. I think that these variances can be granted under the C2 benefits versus detriment criteria, meaning that the benefits of this project as a whole outweigh any detriments. I think that, this project as a whole really promotes public health and safety and provides residents with, like I said, safe options for housing. It provides some nice light, air, and open space, as Mr. Evans discussed. They got those large windows, really great rooftop amenity space, something that's really attractive to potential renters. And then, visually, it's a very attractive modern building. It's going to, improve the look of the streetscape. It's in keeping with the size and the massing of surrounding residences, and it's going to attract, tenants to want to live in this type of building. So I think that, the variances can be granted. I think the project can be approved. And that concludes my direct testimony. I'm happy to answer any questions about the project. Thanks.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Madam Chair, open for questions.
Yes, I'm going to open it up to the public at this time. If anyone in the public has any questions regarding this application of Matt Evans or Mr. Ricci, please call in at 973-321-1579. The meeting ID is 711-680-001. Madam Secretary, do we have any callers right at this moment?
No, we have no callers at this time, Madam Chair.
Okay, then I'm going to open it up, to the commissioners. Commissioners, questions of Mr. Evans or Mr. Ricci?
This is Commissioner Figueroa.
Yes.
I was just wondering, as far as green design elements, I'm sorry, someone else is.
You're not allowed to show.
Okay, I'm sorry, I hear somebody's mic on. Maggie, it might be you. Please.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead, Commissioner Figueroa.
That's okay. Specific to the rooftop, are there any green energy design elements to that with the, for example, with the shading and materials, gray water runoff, stuff like that? Have you guys, just piggybacking on the other night when we had that, what was it, the green wall, just designs like that, as far as just incorporating.
Yeah, we had another application that had a green wall. It was a trellis that was going to be having all kinds of leaves and plants and whatever all over it. So, Commissioner Figueroa would just like to know either Matt or maybe we should swear in Andy Reid at this time and find out if there's any type of green,
design elements.
Yeah, design elements for this particular application. Because let's swear in Andy Reid, please, at this time.
Please raise your right hand. Swear a firm testimony about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Say your full name for the record.
Andy Reid, Director of Development for JCM Investors and / Tetra Investors.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Reid, do you have an idea of what we're trying to say here? And is there any suggestion or what we can do on that roof to make it, I guess, more green?
Okay, I mean, what we could do is we could ask our contractor for the roof for any suggestions or idea. It's not that we are opposed to it. I'm not familiar exactly what green wall that you guys discussed at your meeting of the night, but we'll take into consideration. And going forward, we will take the. As far as greenscape, I mean, all of our properties do have greenscape. We plant trees, we plant grass and stuff of that nature. But and there will be some planting and stuff on the top of the roof and rooftop of any area, there will be, plants up there. But, as far as a green wall, I would,
Well, wait, let me just stop you there. That was just a suggestion because that's what we.
I'm interested in familiarizing, myself and our company with that, green wall concept by getting information on it.
It's from a property over on, where the old Pathmark was, and they're gonna put a green wall there, but, you know, any type of green, if they can, if your contractors, can include, you know, some sort of a green element, okay, having plants on the roof is very nice also, but I mean, anything.
That's what I meant.
Well, we show plantings on the roof, I mean, we do show, landscape, it's.
We will have greenery on the roof, but as far as the specific green wall, I will look into, more, detail.
It's okay. It's okay. You can look into it for future projects, but as long as we have some greenery up there on the
Yes,
roof,
you have that.
we're good.
Yeah.
Is that okay,
I
Commissioner?
just meant more like efficiency, like energy efficiency components.
Well, as far as the building itself,
Solar, like stuff like that.
okay,
Well,
so
I
it's,
think they got, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I did see that you have the chargers for the car also, which is.
the cars, and also our consumption and our appliances, our lighting or something, all that is energy efficient, materials that we use.
Excellent. That's what I was really talking about. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, commissioners? Okay, hearing no questions, Maggie, do we have any, callers in?
We have no callers at this time.
Okay, we have no questions either from the commissioners. Okay, I actually am liking the fact that you have the electrical outlets for possible electrical vehicles, because I think that's good, that's moving forward, and we're, you know, I think it's a great idea. All right, so that being said, would someone like to make a motion? Actually, I'm gonna ask Mr. Rubin, would you like to summarize?
No, we'll submit, Madam Chair. We think it's a good application that fits into the Fourth Ward redevelopment plan, and we ask the board to look favorably upon it.
Okay, all right, so that being said, would someone like to make? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to do two things at once again, which is not good. All right, so would someone like to make the motion on this application, please? Okay. Okay, I'm not hearing anybody. So on the application of Tetra Investments LLC, 175 Broadway, Paterson, New Jersey, 07505, the property located 65-67 Auburn Street, Block 3611, Lot 24. I move that the attorney prepare a resolution granting. Okay, we don't have any, let me ask, Michael, we don't have any variance? Oh, here it is, site, yes, I see it right here. Okay, for site plan approval, bulk variances, city engineer, HEP Soil Conservation District. I didn't hear any other thing with conditions, so I'm gonna ask our attorney, was there any conditions that you heard?
Unless the energy efficiency was being turned into a condition, but it seemed.
Right.
Commissioner Cleese?
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Lorenzo?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Santana? Yes. Commissioner Roman?
Yes.
Commissioner Zoraya?
Yes.
Commissioner Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilman Kalik?
Yes.
Thank you. And Chairwoman Northrop?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair and members of the board. Thank you.
Okay, have a good evening. What's left of it, the rest of you, please stay where you are. Our commissioners, because we have some resolutions that need to be read into the record and approved.
Okay, let's begin. The first resolution is for MAFHH LLC, property located at 327 Hamilton Ave, Block 3507, Lot 33. This property was located in the RA2 district of the 4th Ward redevelopment plan. It was heard on November 15, 2021. The applicant is seeking site plan approval of both variances on a 2,500 square foot lot. The applicant proposes to construct a new 3-story residential building with a total of 6 units. Can we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Chairwoman Northrop, you cannot vote. It would be either Commissioner Liranzo, Santana, Figueroa,
Can I ask you when this was heard?
This was heard November 15, 2021.
I wasn't here. Okay, all right.
So moved.
Second. Yeah, because Commissioner Eugene was the acting chair at the time.
All right, good enough.
So I didn't hear the motion.
Okay, the motion, so Commissioner Lorenzo, he, made the motion, and Commissioner Santana, I thought I heard Santana second it, am I wrong? Commissioner
Correct.
Santana, okay,
Santana second.
okay.
Thank you, Emma.
Okay, I'll let it, okay.
Commissioners, Commissioner Liranzo,
Yes.
Commissioner Santana. Yes. Commissioner Figueroa,
Yes.
and Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
This resolution has been adopted. The next resolution is 140 Governor PERG NPP LLC for the property located at 140 Governor Street, Block 3603, Lot 8. This was also heard on January 19th, 2022. And this was located in the RA2 zone of the 4th Ward redevelopment plan. The applicant seeked site plan approval and bulk variance to remove the existing 3-story building and construct a new 3-story residential building containing 5 units. Can we have a motion?
Who could vote? Secretary.
Oh, I can go over that, okay. Commissioner Lorenzo, Santana, Roman, and Figueroa.
So moved.
Lorenzo first, am I correct? And second?
Yes.
Santana. Thank you. Commissioners, Commissioner Liranzo,
Yes.
Commissioner Santana. Yes. Commissioner Roman,
Yes.
and Commissioner Figueroa.
Yes.
This resolution has been adopted. The next resolution is LLC for the address of 24 Elm Street and 26-30 Elm Street, block. This property was located in the R4 High Density Residential District. This application was heard on January 19, 2022 to seek site plan approval and bulk variances to create 12 residential units in the existing building with an area previously used as a church to be used as a community area solely for the use of the residential tenants. Can we have a motion? And it would be Commissioner Cleaves, Commissioner Liranzo, Santana, Roman, Zoraya, and Figueroa.
Commissioner Santana,
Yeah, okay.
who seconded it? Commissioner Figueroa.
Thank you. Commissioners, Commissioner Liranzo,
Yes.
Commissioner Santana? Yes. Commissioner Roman?
Yes.
Commissioner Zoraya?
Yes.
And Commissioner Figueroa?
Yes.
This resolution has been adopted.
Madam Secretary, I think you said my name was on there.
Commissioner Cleaves, you voted no, so I could not call you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you. Next is 100 Mile Renard Totowa LLC for the property located at 466-480 Totowa Avenue, block 801, lot 9. This is a property located within the adaptive reuse district within the First Ward redevelopment plan. This application was heard January 10th, 2022. The applicant exceptions to convert an existing vacant industrial site into residential and retail uses. 127 total apartments and approximately 6,779 square feet of retail space are proposed. The applicant also proposes interior renovations to an existing 4-story L-shaped building facing Totowa Avenue, providing 80 apartments with an addition to the rear to accommodate an additional 47 apartments. And that would be the L-shaped building will house 8 studio apartments, 57 one-bedroom and 15 two-bedroom apartments. And we have a motion.
So move.
Second,
Commissioner Lorenzo first, okay, Commissioner Santana second.
Thank you. Commissioner Cleaves,
yes.
Commissioner Liranzo,
Yes.
and Commissioner Santana.
Yes.
This resolution has been adopted. Next is 140 Governor, PFRG NPP LLC. For the property located at 195 Rosa Parks Boulevard. It's block 3502, lot 1. This is located within the C1 Neighborhood Commercial District of the 4th Ward Redevelopment Plan. This board considered this matter at December 15th, 2021 meeting. The applicant seeks site plan approval on both variances to demolish the existing frame garage on the site and construct a 3-story mixed-use building on the 2,900 square foot parcel. Can we have a motion?
So move.
Second,
Commissioner Lorenzo and Commissioner Santana second.
Okay. Commissioners, Commissioner Cleaves,
yes.
Commissioner Liranzo,
Yes.
Commissioner Santana,
Yes.
Commissioner Figueroa,
Yes.
and Chairwoman Northrop.
I was there?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay, we'll continue. This resolution has been adopted. 191-193 West Broadway LLC for the property located at 191-193 West Broadway, block 608, lot 15. This matter was heard on January 5th, 2022. It's located in the RA2 zone of the First Ward redevelopment plan. The applicant seeks site plan approval on both variances to construct a 3-story residential building on a 2,458 square foot lot. The first floor is to contain a waste and recycling room, a utility and storage room, a stairwell, and a 2-bedroom unit. The second floor is to contain a 1-bedroom unit and a 2-bedroom unit. The third floor is to contain a 2-bedroom unit and a community room for a total of 4 units are proposed, consisting of 1 bedroom and 3 2-bedroom units. Can we have a motion, please?
So move.
Okay, it would only be Commissioner Cleaves and Commissioner Figueroa.
So move.
So,
Thank you. Commissioner Cleaves first, Figueroa second. Commissioners, Commissioner Cleaves
Yes.
and Commissioner Figueroa, this resolution has been adopted.
yes.
Our next resolution is George Krasnowski for the property located at 70-72 Front Street, block 1414, lot 7. It is located in the R3 high density residential zone. It was considered at December 1st, 2021 meeting.
Madam Secretary, excuse me, I believe we vote in that particular application, resolution.
This is 7072 Front Street. This resolution has not been adopted. Michael Deutsch?
I believe we adopted it on Monday's meeting.
Yes.
Oh, we did? Okay, I didn't pull that file. My apologies, everyone. Please remove that. The next application is JCM Investors 1012 LLC, 279 12th Avenue, block 3403, lot 17.
That was also adopted at Monday's meeting.
Well, I have no idea why they're all here. Okay, so I guess this includes Joel Court as well?
No, we're doing Joel Corp now.
Okay, I have no idea why they're here. I printed everything that was given to me. Okay, Joel Court is located at 108-110 Mill Street, located within the C1 Neighborhood Commercial District of the 4th Ward. The applicant seeks site plan approval and bulk variances to construct a 3-story, 6-unit residential duplex building on a vacant lot. This was considered at the December 15, 2021 meeting. Is there a motion?
Was I there?
Okay, Jan, Commissioner Northrop, Lorenzo, Santana, Roman, Figueroa.
I make the motion. I have a second?
I second.
I heard Santana second, okay, me and then Santana, roll call please.
Commissioners, Commissioner Lorenzo,
Yes.
Commissioner Santana. Yes. Commissioner Roman,
Yes.
Commissioner Figueroa. Excuse me?
Commissioner Roman was not at the meeting.
That's what I see on the sheet here. All right, let me, just give me 1 second while I pull that file. Thank you. I have him present. I showed him present on the roll call.
All right, well, his name's not on the last page of the resolution, so I guess he needs to be added then.
Okay. Because I did add that one. He's on it. Okay, he is there present. Okay. And Chairwoman Northrop.
Yes.
Thank you. This resolution has been adopted.
I don't think I was called, but that's okay.
No, it's not okay. It is, I thought I did. Commissioner Figueroa.
Yes,
My apologies.
that's okay.
I checked it ahead of time. Sorry. Let's see, where are we now? Okay. Joel Court. So, did we do this one as well, Mr. Deutsch? 117, 121 Hamilton? For some reason,
I don't have that on, but if you want to adopt it, let's adopt it.
okay, because there are 3 more.
No, I have,
Sorry?
I think
I
we
may,
check which ones were adopted on Monday, because I only had a total of 7 for tonight.
okay. And
Al Aquaviva also emailed me.
oh wait, I just found it.
Done already.
Hold on. 79 12th Avenue. 772, 117, yes. I had them in the wrong file. That was my apologies, Commissioners. It was in the wrong folder.
So did we do them all?
We have one more to do, according to my record.
We did 117, 121, that's correct. 215 Rosa Parks,
We need to do that one.
and that's the next one. And 266 Governor.
I don't have that one for tonight.
That one I have, okay. So let me continue. MAFHH LLC regarding the premises at 215 Rosa Parks Boulevard.
We did this one already. You guys already did it and
I'm
adopted
having a hard day today, I apologize, everyone.
That was the first one.
I don't laugh, Leon, so I see you from here.
I don't have 215 that we did 215.
This was the first one we did. But you guys wanna do-
Today?
Yeah.
Now, the first one we did was a Hamilton address.
Yeah, we did 327 Hamilton, I didn't do this one yet.
I don't have a 327 Hamilton.
I know, I think we had done that on Monday. I think the last one we're doing tonight is 215 Rosa Parks.
Okay.
Okay, why don't we just do the 215 Rosa Parks, and then we can straighten it out. If there's anything left, we'll do it on the next meeting. How's that?
I agree.
Okay, good. Do the 216, whatever it is, Rosa Parks.
215.
I found the file, but I think it's just, I truly apologize. This is so embarrassing.
No.
Okay, MAFHH LLC. This is for the 266, 268 Governor.
No,
I did it again. 117, 121 Hamilton.
no.
Oh, I don't know which one it is anymore.
215 Rosa Parks.
It's maybe tape.
Here it is. With me. Hold on a second. I gotta find it. Okay, here it is. Okay. So it's 215 Rosa Parks Boulevard, lot 3506, lot 1. This is the applicant MAFHH LLC. This is in the C1 Neighborhood Commercial District of the 4th Ward. This was considered on December 15, 2021. The applicant seeks site plan approval on both variances to construct a 3-story mixed-use building on the 1870 square foot parcel, 1 718 square foot commercial space, and 5 residential units are proposed. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Cleaves, Lorenzo, Santana, Figueroa, and Northrop.
Second.
So moved. Second by Commissioner Lorenzo.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Commissioners, Commissioner Cleaves,
Yes.
Commissioner Lorenzo,
Yes.
Commissioner Santana,
Yes.
Commissioner Figueroa,
Yes.
and lastly, Chairwoman Northrop.
Yes.
Thank you. This resolution has been adopted.
So if there's any other resolutions, you straighten it out, and then we'll
Yes.
revisit it the next time.
No problem.
Okay, so there's no more business for this evening, am I correct, Mr. Deutsch?
Yes, our next meeting is 2 weeks from tonight, February 16th.
Okie dokie. All right, so look forward to seeing everyone then. Thank you everyone for your night, and enjoy what's left of it. Okay, good night. Motion to close. Everybody aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Good night.
Good night.